What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Six Man Blitz. How we doing today? We got a great episode for you today. It's just been crazy though. Chicago Bears, man. Tevin Jenkins is out for first couple weeks of the season. Now Darnell
Can't get
Wright,
right.
Darnell Wright started limping at practice today. He's got an ankle injury, so now the whole offensive line is damn near. Besides Braxton Jones, he's really the only healthy one on the team right now in that starting front. Is that too concerning, you think, or how we feel about that?
I'm not concerned about the ankle, but I am concerned about Tevin Jenkins. Like, come on, man, 6 weeks. I think the Bengals might be the exception of just having consistent success with poor line play, but our style of play ain't going.
No,
we can't have inconsistencies in our offensive line play to be successful. So I think for us, that's going to be the biggest group. From the same thing with you see with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? It's Robert Saleh calling them out, O-line out, like, hey, y'all going to be the reason why we don't get a chip.
it don't matter. Yeah, we got Hall of Fame quarterback, great defense.
So that just goes to show the importance of that front line. You can't. That's the foundation. That's the first layer of defense or offense, I should say. So if we can't have continuity in that group, and we already got a lot of pieces that are new that need to gel in and of itself.
Yeah. And
those people have been out and been inconsistent during camp. So it's like, it's not a good sign, I'm going to be honest.
Let's start off right with Jonathan Taylor. The Colts, they gave him permission to seek a trade. They're no longer being like, if Jonathan Taylor leaves, this organization, I die tomorrow. The stupid comments Jim Irsay was saying, they're going to allow him to seek a trade now. Two options that I was talking about in the video earlier today. Check it out on Instagram and YouTube. Jonathan Taylor to the Dolphins, to the Eagles. What do you think about those two options?
Man, the Eagles would be crazy. Dolphins too.
As fuck. Crazy as hell.
So that's something I've never even considered. I don't think the Eagles will make that jump. They got a deep team. They got a deep running back room, and why would you sink at say two second round draft picks and have to pay him at the end of the season?
Because he's going to get paid.
It wouldn't make sense.
The highest paid running back too. He's going to get big money.
Right, and he deserves it. Don't get me wrong. Although his production didn't say that last year. He was hurt. Offensive line play was inconsistent, terrible at quarterback. So the team was bad in and of itself. So I don't know how much of his last year you can hold against him. And he's 24 too.
Young as hell. Productive too. Like those first two seasons he had, he was like, he had, had the rushing title that year before last year. Man, it was like, this is the best running back in the league. So
he was that year, and he was front runner for the MVP. So you can't take that away from him. My question is, the running back position's only going down. Mm-hmm. Struggle with injuries. We're still hearing the injury thing now. Not sure how accurate it is, but looking into next year and years past, I just don't see the Eagles making that decision where you've seen how they've treated the running back position, and they were probably one of the first after Shady McCoy to kind of start. I mean, even the year they won it all, they had
LeGarrette
bunch of different backs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Blunt. So
I don't see that them going out and going to get Jonathan Taylor. I don't think that makes them a heck of a lot better. Mm-hmm. So I don't see them making that decision. Now, Miami is a different case because
they've gone all in. A lot of them
questions, right? They're already clearly all in, but they didn't want to pay Dalvin, or clearly couldn't get a better deal than the Jets. Then you look at Jonathan Taylor, a heck of a lot younger, a lot more tread on the tires. So I could definitely see that being a landing spot, especially if they were in talks to getting Dalvin, just couldn't make a deal work because, they weren't the highest bidder. That's one thing. But if you got a opportunity to get a young up and coming runner that you could really, that could be your MVP.
Yes.
And then takes the pressure off Tua. You can rely more on the play action, pass rushes, and is aggressive. Fits with that Niners scheme that they brought over. So I love that.
No,
personally.
Him with Mike McDaniel, that run scheme, because it's the 49ers run scheme. And then,
but I don't think I'm giving up more than a 2 for dude, though. I don't think anywhere it is. And I think that's the play the Colts did, is like, same thing with Austin. Like, hey, go find, if that's what you're worth, go see who's picking up that phone.
And Rappaport,
sure enough,
the Schefter and Rappaport, they said there's some teams calling, some teams interested. There are, people are not really going to give up a first, maybe, but packages that include up to like those packages that are kind of like similar to a first.
Like a second.
That's what's going to come out.
Second and third, something like that. Yeah.
What McCaffrey kind of got or what the 49ers gave up to get McCaffrey to Carolina,
which was
it was a couple for second round picks. They stole McCaffrey low key. That deal was kind of trash.
Right.
But we've seen how that's paid off for the 49ers, going off and trading for. They had Elijah Mitchell, too. He was just hurt. And up and coming back. He was young. So they went and got McCaffrey, and now he's like the best player in their offense. And he had a really good year last year. So I could see a team going out and making a move like that. I think if Philly, though, they might not be as confident with, DeAndre Swift being their lead back because, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. So, and they have Rashad Penny as their other back. So I could see them going after Jonathan Taylor. Miami, too, for sure. I don't know what other teams. I'd be interested to see the teams that are interested. I know the Chicago Bears. We're not going to get Jonathan Taylor. We shouldn't trade our assets for Jonathan Taylor. It doesn't make any sense.
No. It wouldn't make any sense at all. I did see a clip today where they was like, Saquon, you should request to trade to Chicago.
Right. Hey, but
that would be a nice weapon out of anybody.
Him and Fields, yeah. That read option, them two in the backfield. But hey,
even in the passing game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I saw Stephon Diggs too. They said he wanted, they gave his 3 teams. It was the 49ers and the Bears. I forgot what the other team was. But this is all speculation. He said it wasn't true. He wants to retire Bill. So I don't mean to get your hopes up, but Stephon Diggs and DJ Moore? Hey, Chase Claypool too? That would be nuts.
Yeah, I hope I get them in fantasy, let alone in real life shit.
No, yeah, I low-key got lucky. I got literally all the Chicago Bears on my fantasy team. Darnell Mooney is on my bench. Herbert, DJ Moore, and Fields.
Sounds like you putting it all in one pot.
I know. Hey, when they all are on the same bye week, it's gonna be hell, man.
Not when, not if, when shit.
But no, I think I made the video. I put it out. Jonathan Taylor, if he goes to Philly or Miami, those 2 teams, one of those 2 teams, they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm booking it right now. And if that happens, and he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year and get the rushing title, I think. That's special. That kind of
Hurts?
Yeah. Jalen Hurts going to win MVP. Maybe. But no, Jonathan Taylor would win Offensive Player of the Year and win the rushing title, I think. If he can go to one of those 2 teams. Imagine him with that offensive line for the Eagles and the run scheme with the Dolphins. That Dolphins offense too would be tough to stop. Tua, Hill,
trade DeAndre Swift and a number 2 for him.
They might not have to give up Swift.
The Colts would take that.
Nah. I think you would give up Gainwell because he's young, no tread on his tires. He has potential to be a starter, I think, too. He's had,
so?
In the playoffs, he had 100 yards rushing that one of those games. I think it was the Giants.
But they like that whoever hot hand mentality. They don't like the bell cow.
No, yeah.
That's my point earlier. It's like I don't see if it makes sense for them.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just really interested to see what the other teams that are interested.
They could have paid Miles. Shit.
True, they could have. Miles had a really good year last year. He was usually hurt every year too. So I mean that scheme, anybody could run behind those offensive linemen and work in that system. So I'm interested to see where Jonathan Taylor lands up and if he gets traded, maybe before the season starts. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with that? But the next running back, Dalvin Cook, we talked about him a little. He's on the Jets now. How does this move change how you feel the Jets? Because I know you didn't have them making the playoffs, in the rankings. So has this changed anything for you or not?
It hasn't, because the offensive line play. We've heard it's terrible. You've seen A-Rod when the O-line got banged up last year for him and the year before. It was just like, if he don't get the ball out quick, he's just falling down. He don't want to get hit. He's just going down. You see, whenever he gets sacks, he just goes immediately down before anybody can touch him. Which is, smart on his end, but
Tua should follow that.
Goes to show, like, hey, bro, if that online treacherous, sacks gonna be up. So I don't. That's where they got to shore up first for me to get excited about it. But from a 1-2 tandem with him
and Bryce Hall, that's just gonna be nuts.
That shit fine.
Nuts.
Yeah.
And it allows Bryce Hall to have, that time to, get healthier, not have to rush back coming off that ACL injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dalvin Cook too, he could put up 1,000 yards. And
when is he supposed to come back? Is he helping?
I think they said he's, ramping up and stuff. He's good right now, but just, having that workload to start the year off would be tough for him. So now, I think Dalvin Cook gets majority of the workload to start the year.
Man.
Dalvin Cook, though.
That'd be crazy.
Jets, I mean, they probably got Jets fans excited as fuck. Hard Knocks, too. They're probably going nuts.
Have you seen Hard Knocks?
I don't got an HBO Max account, so I haven't. But no, I want to tap in low key. I might, find a way to get into it. But I've been seeing the clips and shit. Defensively, the Jets they're gonna be stout as fuck. It's just really that offensive line, and I think it's just the same thing with the Bears. They haven't had that time with each other all healthy at the same time. And, right now they got guys out, dealing with injuries. So when they're all, healthy, kicking, that starting five should be pretty solid for the Jets, I think. It's just a matter of them being in the lineup at the same time.
That was a strength for them not too long ago.
Yeah. They have Lincoln Tomlinson. They got Becton, Mekhi Becton, Vera Tucker, all the guy like first-round draft picks. These are like all solid offensive linemen. Their center's pretty decent too. And it just comes down to the other tackle, Dwayne Brown. He's like 40 though, so they might have to sign Jason Peters, low key, bring his ass in too. He was the Bears' best offensive lineman not too long ago, bro. He was solid.
Looked atrocious out there.
He was just old as fuck, bro. That was the only thing.
Man.
That was the only thing, man. That's tough. But, Dalvin Cook, I think he's going to pay off for this Jets. This offense is going to be explosive as fuck. Offensive line, it's a concern right now, a huge concern. But I think, it will get better down the road. Let's talk about quarterback play. Baker Mayfield, starting quarterback for the Bucs. Now, we don't talk too much about the Bucs because there's not too much to talk about for them. But what are your thoughts on them making him the starter over Kyle Trask?
I have no thoughts. I think they'll go around that 500 pack. They still got a good
defenses,
receiving core.
Receiving core is good too.
Defense is still there. I'm interested. Last year they were god awful running the ball.
Yeah.
So if they can't do that, you've seen Baker's best years was when he was with Cleveland with that O line and they have the ability to run the ball. So I don't see it. If they can't fix running the ball, I don't see him having any success.
I know. Hey, but the last time we saw Baker, he had the playbook for one day and he won a Thursday night football game against the Raiders.
That's true. He's got some gamer in him. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's got some talent.
He's C- quarterback.
Yeah, he's not that elite level.
B+.
So you don't see them being like the Seahawks last year. They brought in Geno Smith.
No.
They surprised teams. No. They could possibly. It could happen. No. I said they was going to get like 6 wins this year. They're going to be the worst team in the division.
I'm interested to see what Seattle looks like with Njigba, and that receiving core is crazy now. You add him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they had the 1-2 punch with DK and Lockett. So
Jamal Adams is back too.
really,
Yeah, but he's I don't know, man. He's had hella injuries. Remember that clip of him getting locked out of the facility? You never seen that? I think it was on Hard Knocks. Yeah, he was like trying to get in the facility. His ass was locked out. But no, yeah, he's back. Seattle is going to be a really interesting team. I had them winning that.
A lot of
division.
people think that Geno isn't going to amount to anything this year. Like last year was a one and done situation. Like it was a fluke, anomaly.
Nah, I don't think that's. I think he's going to have pretty good stretch going moving forward. He's going to be successful this year and then year after. I mean, they make it easy for him. He's got the skill weapons, got DK and Tyler Lockett, and just that offensive scheme is pretty solid for him too. Offensive line, they drafted 2 tackles in the first couple rounds, so they got their trust in him. They got the good running backs too, Carbonet and Kenneth Walker. So
Carbonet I'm really high on.
He's in good position to succeed, so I don't see it going down. Obviously, he probably won't have like the year he had where like 30 touchdowns, efficient as fuck, but he'll still be good quarterback this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Bucs are going to be ass this year. But I wouldn't hold out. I wouldn't be surprised if they were a competitive team this year, though. With that defense and Mike Evans, what does he have? Like every year, 1,000 yards. So that was one person I wanted the Bears to pick up. Mike Evans, that boy consistent as well.
Very veteran receiver.
Big body. Pause.
Big, right. Pause. Big body. You know what I'm saying?
Jump ball. So. Athlete.
Right.
But let's get into our NFL awards predictions. So let's start off with the MVP. What are your thoughts? Who do you got winning MVP?
I'm going to stick with my pick at Justin Fields, personally.
Okay. Stick with it. Yes, sir. I like that. I think Fields, as long as his offensive line doesn't get him killed, he should have no problem putting up numbers this year, I think. But for me, I think...
Who you got?
I'm going to say Lamar. I think Lamar gets it.
Ooh.
I think Lamar
gets it. Are you nervous about injuries?
A little, yeah. But I think, just Todd Monken. I mean, did you see Zay Flowers the other day, Monday Night Football?
Yeah, Zay Flowers looked like he was running at a different speed than everybody else. Now, he was out there a little longer.
Uh-huh.
Most starters didn't play, so... But he looked like he was on the field with boys.
Yeah. Boys. Nah, he was juking them out their socks. Crazy. Giving them crazy work. Like Sean McCoy said, crazy work. But no, hey, shout out BHS alum Kendall Smith getting an interception to seal the deal in that last game, Commanders vs. Ravens.
Okay.
Big shout out to him doing his thing. Sure. Had a great year at Illinois too, so big shout out to him. But now Zay Flowers, man, different work, man. Did his shit. That's somebody I'm excited for. Like Jackson and Smith and Jigba is going to be good, but I think Zay Flowers might be a little better. He might be the best receiver in that class. Just in that slot. And
better than Odell?
I don't think he'll be better than Odell, but I think though, like in terms of like the other rookie receivers, I think he'll have the best year. But that offense, I'm telling you, Lamar's going to put up numbers this year. They're gonna spread the cheeks. I mean, spread the field out. They're gonna spread the field out. They're gonna spread the field out with Lamar. It's gonna be like he was at Louisville, back in those days. Said it a couple times.
I'm a big Todd Monken fan, especially what he was able to do at Georgia.
Stetson Bennett
on the academies. So for sure,
that's what
I'm excited to see what they look like.
Yeah, I got Lamar. You got Justin Fields. What about Offensive Player of the Year? Usually like a running back, or I think Cooper Kupp won it one year.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I think Christian McCaffrey has a great opportunity too.
Good choice. I like Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year.
Maybe even Nick Chubb. He's pretty high in the odds list too.
I like
him.
Yeah.
Not having to share the backfield. That offense with the talent they have, can be explosive. So that's an interesting pick.
I like those two choices.
Jamar Chase is a good one too.
Yeah. So who would you lean most on out of those three, though?
Ooh,
got to get the contract.
I think Jamar Chase is going to win it all. The reason is he has a quarterback that can get him the ball anywhere he needs to. They got an amazing chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't double team them because they have weapons across the board. So that all that combined is like, damn. You've seen the numbers they've been able to put up year over year. This year they should be even more hungrier. A third year under their belt. I mean, like they're going to be up there with one of the greats of all time, like 1-2 punches
of all time
when it's all said and done. So I could see him getting it. I think Justin Jefferson might not have that same year that he's had in the past just because how much attention he's going to draw. And I can't see the Vikings having as successful as the year that they did last year, just with all the one score wins most of all time, I think, of some crazy shit. So
yeah, like literally every game.
Give me Jamar Chase.
Okay, I like that choice, especially him. If he plays more than 9 games like he did last year, it still had a fucking 1,000 yards. So the production will be there. My choice, Tyreek Hill. I think if Tua plays more games than he played last year, because Tyreek Hill almost had 2,000 yards receiving last year. It was
I like Tyreek Hill.
If it was Tua that really, getting hurt at the end of the year that caused him to, not get that 2,000 yard mark. So I like Tyreek Hill to go off this year. He'll be the, he'll go crazy. That's my choice. Defensive player of the year. Who you got?
I'm gonna go.
I think Nick Bosa won last year.
Okay, gonna be an easy one.
Okay.
You could easily see him putting up crazy stats. Another sleeper is Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Mac alum.
Eastern Michigan.
I like to see him.
Okay.
He's relentless, crazy athlete, super big too. So
I like that.
Those are my 2 front runners. I think you got to start at the edge though.
Yeah.
Just because the impact they can have on the game, and some of these guys is just the best players in the game regardless of position.
I like that. So which one would you lean more towards though?
Michael Parsons.
Good choice. I'm gonna go Myles Garrett. I think this Browns team, they're gonna have a good year this year. And every year, I think he really is. He's the best pass rusher, but he just doesn't put up, TJ Watt stacks and stuff. But he's still there. I think Cleveland having a great year this year too, making the playoffs. Deshaun Watson being there, having a better year. I think Myles Garrett is underrated choice to win Defensive Player of the Year, because everybody's gonna say Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, maybe even. So Myles Garrett, that's my choice. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's gonna be tough.
Ooh, I want to pick. I really want to pick Anthony Richardson.
Ooh, I do too. But Jonathan Taylor, that shit might affect it a little.
I think Bijan Robinson is gonna do some crazy things, and I think they're gonna lean on him offensively. He's gonna be able to showcase a lot of his skills, especially catching the ball.
He's gonna do a lot for that offense.
So I like him. I like him to be Rookie of the Year. I wouldn't mind if he fell in my lap at fantasy either, depending on where I'm drafting. I need him though. I got like a late round pick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because
he's a rookie, so he's fresh.
He's gonna get a hella attempts.
B, they gonna give it that thing. So
yeah, they're gonna give him hella carries. They're gonna use him on third down. He's gonna be in there every play, damn near. That's a great choice. Mm-hmm. Bijan Robinson would have been mine too, but I'm thinking a quarterback this time. And I think, I think I'll just go with Anthony Richardson. I think he's gonna have the best year out of the other quarterbacks, and I think Jonathan Taylor's situation might affect it a little, but I think he's gonna have a really good fucking year. And if you see him, with that dynamic rushing ability too, because he has that over the other quarterbacks. So if he's putting up, rushing touchdowns, having, whatever, 600, 700 yards rushing too, with that might give him the nod over some other players, doing it on both ends, rushing and passing. So I'm confident Richardson will win that.
Thing with him is he could very easily win that award, or he could very easily have 20 picks.
Right. It's tough with him.
Got hella games in college where he's thrown more than one pick.
Yeah.
Like hella. And his ass ain't started many. And then he threw the pick in preseason. The other throws I was impressed with.
He threw a dot.
Even the ball Alec Pierce dropped. But so I am on a buyer of Anthony Richardson's stock, but it's a risky one for sure.
Would you draft him in fantasy? As a backup? As a backup?
Duh.
Okay.
Duh. He definitely on my list of late picks where I'm filling out my roster. Like he could hit. He could go straight to the top. He could have a 3-game stretch like Justin did last year where it's like,
oh yeah. For sure.
He could easily do that. So
he's fast as fuck, man. They said he's huge too in person.
Yeah, no, he is. Extreme athlete.
So what about defensive rookie of the year?
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, what did Sauce Gardner win it last year?
Maybe I'm going to go ahead and say Will Anderson.
That's what I'm going to say too. Will Anderson. Did you see that play of him against the Dolphins where he bull rushed the running back and
it was a missed assignment though. So he had a free, it was a layup.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. Oh my god! But it was, he executed. He blew that motherfucker up. That running back was hot as hell. He had to block him.
Yeah,
he didn't even want to do that shit.
So I do like Will.
I'm excited to see what he can do though.
Hey, excited. Over or under 10 sacks this year? You think?
I think over for sure.
Okay, me too. I think 10.5, 11 maybe. Not way over.
He might just be at 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm
thinking.
He
might just be at 10.5, 11.
Okay, now comeback player of the year.
I'll go with Lamar with this one.
Okay.
Because I don't think he'll win. I think he'll just be shy at MVP. It's going to be a crazy race, especially with
every AFC quarterback.
I think all the boys in AFC is going to cancel each other out, so that's why you'll have the 2-man race in the NFC: Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be able to replicate what he did last year. Because he's going to have to do that again and maybe even more for people to be wowed again. Yeah. It's just the name of the game.
That ceiling.
And I don't think he'll be able to. Right. I don't think he'll be able to reach that. So long story short, give me Lamar Jackson.
Okay, Action Jackson, big trust. I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson. Yes, I've been preaching Deshaun Watson all off season.
He wasn't coming back, nigga. He played the last.
But the thing is,
6 games.
What we saw of him last year, the shit.
Does he even count?
I think he could count. I
don't think so.
He played a couple games last year. All right, and not Deshaun Watson, then TJ Watt. Can I say TJ Watt?
Maybe.
Because he had that injury. What he had 5 sacks last year. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on that one, but I like your choice. Action Jackson got paid.
TJ Watt's a good one.
Yeah, TJ Watt is probably the one I'll stick with.
Deshaun Watson, is on the list, so
for sure. But let's go.
DeMar Hamlin's another big one.
For sure, that might be everybody's choice, low key. Bro, everybody's been talking about. Oh, bro, they wouldn't be hyping all of this up if it was any other player, like some of the stuff, the plays he makes in camp and stuff. They low-key hating on him. I'm like, damn, just let him get his, flowers, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. He died, and he wants to still play.
Right.
So every day, every second is a miracle.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and
so you can't.
You gotta live it to the best of your abilities. But yeah, that shit gonna get old quick. So
Yeah.
if we see him jumping on piles and it's like the ball handler, oh,
right.
Come on, bro.
All right. Now, coach of the year, who you got?
I got Matt Eberflus.
That's a hot take, bro. That's a really hot take.
How?
Okay, if they go for
the guys love him. What I hear, what I see,
I love him.
Everybody loves him. The way he communicates, he teaches, he educates. You could tell he's.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, but I like that choice, Matt Eberflus. I like.
Yeah, no, I've liked everything I've seen up to this point, and I know they're going to be a well coached team. Even last year in preseason,
very disciplined.
You saw a well coached team.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what the Bears turn around and shit.
Go worse from worse.
Just gotta be worse to first place in the NFC North. Shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he be?
Nick Sirianni won it last year, no?
Yeah.
All right. For mine, I'm probably gonna say it usually is like team that finished first. So I'm gonna go John Harbaugh. They're gonna finish, top of the AFC. So if you finish top of the AFC, you need to win some damn award because that shit's crazy. It's grimy over there. Let's Super Bowl predictions. What you think? That's tough. I think for me, I say this like every year, but usually be based off who I want to be in there. All right, I'm going to give you who I want to be in there and who I think will be in there. All right, Ravens, Eagles, that's the Super Bowl I want to see. Lamar versus Jalen. But who I think will be in there, probably, I think the Eagles get in there. Might be a rematch, Chiefs versus Eagles, to be honest.
I could definitely see that. I can also see
Bengals could get in there too, though.
Jets maybe making it. I like the Bengals. I like the Ravens.
Okay, Ravens and who? Niners. Ravens and Niners would be nice.
Ravens, Niners. You can even see Chiefs, Niners.
Oh yeah, rematch. I do want to see Kyle Shanahan get it at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my final take is gonna be a rematch of last year.
Okay, Eagles versus. Because
out of the NFC, Jalen Hurts is by far the best quarterback.
Yeah,
and Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in the AFC. Period. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. So you could kind of see the Bengals Ravens kind of canceling each other out. You could also see the Jets. Just it's hard to win when your nucleus is year one. So
right. That's why
especially against
next year
like
too.
The Chiefs, they clicking on all cylinders. They're only getting better.
Yeah.
You really hoping like a Travis Kelce injury happens or something like that for them.
That's the only way. That's the only way I see them not. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think rematch.
That's how would, of course.
Yeah, I think rematch is the most likely. But I know I think this is probably the toughest year for the Chiefs to get back to the Super Bowl though. With all the teams in the AFC, I think this is like a lot of teams are hitting their stride. Would you see Buffalo making it to the Super Bowl too, or Von Miller's coming back? They're going to be a lot healthier on defensive end. I don't know about Josh Allen no more, man.
Yeah, I don't know without Dabo what that offense looks like, and the Stephon Diggs drama in the offseason. That's going to be an impact on the season. And they lost Tremont Edwards.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys got paid elsewhere.
It's going to be tough.
They'll be competitive for sure, but that AFC East is going to be a beast. And I can't see them beating anybody twice.
Me either. No, I mean probably the Patriots.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably the Patriots.
Of course, the Patriots, but the Patriots always give them a game out of this world where the weather is.
They rock
crazy.
their world. Pause.
Yeah, right. Shit is just what? What you just said?
You know what I mean. But yeah, it's just that AFC East
right.
is going to be it's
sure.
going to be a beast. But so I think
I'm just excited for some football. To be honest,
16 days, bro. 16 days. Tuesday. That's how we feeling about it. But all right, the last thing for the show. Richard Sherman will be joining Skip Bayless on Undisputed, and Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin will also be appearing on that show as well weekly. So what are your thoughts about this? You gonna be watching? Hell no, right?
I'm gonna clip it up. I'm gonna see what the clip's looking like.
It's probably gonna be funny, entertaining, a lot of yelling. Michael Irvin, that's all he does is fucking yell, bro. Every time he's on the show.
Man, so is he no longer at ESPN because he had his own day on? He had
First
like Mondays during the football season.
But I liked him.
No longer a thing?
I don't think so. I liked him and Stephen A. though because it's how him and Skip Bayless are going to be agreeing about the Cowboys though. So and Keyshawn Johnson. I kind of liked him and Max and Jay Will. I like their thing. I would tap in a couple. I would see the clips and the videos.
Because they used to talk a lot about Chicago.
Yes, they would talk about the Bears like all the fucking time.
They would talk about the Bears and the Bulls consistently.
Yeah,
more than any other show on ESPN.
That's what I'm saying. So, I tapped in a lot to that.
They probably looking at their demographics like these motherfuckers in Chicago up early as hell. Let's talk about Chicago sports.
Yeah,
and Jay Will obviously played for the Bears. So
yeah,
I mean the Bulls. My bad.
No, you're good. So yeah,
he still got a job.
Yeah. Where's Jay Will gonna be at though? I forgot. Is he still working at ESPN? I think he was one of the cuts. I think Pat Bev trying to get him on the pod.
I look at ESPN. I'm like, who the fuck is on here? Like,
some of the first take days, I'm like, who are these people? Yeah, for real. Like,
yeah, I don't watch that shit if it's not the regular cast. I'm like,
But no, yeah, Shannon Sharp will be on First Take now with Stephen A. So that's something.
Really?
Yeah. It's confirmed.
You sure?
Yeah, it's confirmed. I thought
really?
I seen it on Twitter. It was confirmed.
You ain't send that shit to me.
My fault. I think it's like Monday and Tuesdays. Shannon Sharp will be on there. So.
Really, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, he needed all week. I would like those two together. That would be funny. But I don't know. Stephen A. Smith be tweaking sometimes. That Lonzo Ball shit I sent you. And Lonzo Ball's like, I like you. I don't even know you, but get your shit together. Get your shit straight.
He was trying not to smile and shit.
Yeah. That shit was funny. But now, yeah, hopefully Lonzo Ball could come back sooner than later. Shit. Looking like he out for the season. But hey, low key, to be honest with these sports podcasts and stuff, these sports shows, I don't really be even watching I watch the people that actually play the sports now. There's like Draymond Green. Right. You've been watching Paul George's podcast. It's actually pretty decent. They be having all the people on there.
Really?
The dude from that one movie, he was in Atlanta with T.I. You know what I'm talking about? He's in a lot of movies. I forget what his name is, but he's on there.
Yeah, Paul George is
Paul George's buddy, I think.
Right?
Yeah. Podcast
I watched Stephen A's podcast on there.
Stephen A's is decent, yeah.
It was good.
I'm trying to think who else. I don't watch Pat Bev shit.
I watch Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee shit is good.
It is what it is.
Yeah, they're hilarious. So that's probably top. It's probably up there number one.
I watch Colin Cowherd.
It's his analogies, man.
Yeah, his analogies, I fuck with.
He be cooking what's the other dude that be on there? I forget his name. He's a Seattle Seahawks fan. J-Mac, yeah. I fuck with his take sometimes. But no, Colin Cowherd be always getting all the best guests on the show. He had Sean Payton on there a couple times.
Sean Payton was, I definitely learned a lot from his interviews on there.
You can see why he's such a good coach.
He has some good interviews, yeah. He and some good players that come on in.
Yeah, Joe Burrow on that too.
Speak on.
Yeah, but football season is 16 days away. A lot of content's going to keep coming out. 341 subs now, so we're going to keep reaching that goal 500 before the season starts. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to keep checking out our content. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're posting everything all on those social medias, and just keep tapping in with us so you never miss any sort of news. NBA, college football, NFL. We'll keep giving you the news and the content to keep you up to date. But you got to keep checking it out. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, peace. And now there were some good performances. Not a lot of starters played in this game. Tyson Bagent, he came out. He was stellar. Mobile, accurate. PJ Walker, all the things he's been struggling to do as our backup quarterback, Tyson Bagent has done. He did it in this game. He did it week 1, provided a spark to this offense. He was great.